let's move on to shows. He has two shows. One is a podcast called Mea Culpa. You were actually a guest on said podcast. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, it's I think we described it as a profanity-laced podcast in which Cohen interviews people familiar with Trump. So they had me on it shortly after the Trump Hotel here in D.C., which is no longer, but they at one point threw me out of the hotel and gave me a lifetime ban, ostensibly because I was taking pictures in the hotel, but most likely had something to do with the fact that I had been fixated on it as a reporter for several years. So yeah, Michael Cohen's doing pretty well from that. He said it averages around 300 downloads a week. Has been downloaded more than 10 million times, he testified. Its ranking in the podcast charts fluctuates depending on where Michael Cohen is in the news. But when we wrote this article, it was in the top 80 for most popular political podcasts in the U.S.
That's not too bad. Pretty successful podcast. He also hosts another show called Political Beatdown. Talk to us about that show.
Sure. This one he co-hosts with an attorney. It's primarily made for YouTube. It's a live stream that they then put out over podcast stream, so you can get it a little bit later there. This was the one that came up a little bit in trial. They both did, but this one especially got some attention for one of the T-shirts that the podcast producer is selling that had it's a T-shirt showing Trump in an orange jumpsuit behind bars. So when the defense attorneys are asking Michael Cohen, are you possibly financially benefiting from Donald Trump going to jail? There's some pretty clear-cut evidence right there that he does stand a little bit of a monetary gain.
Talk about specifically the monetary gains from these shows. How much has he made from both Mea Culpa as well as Political Beatdown?
Yeah, so Cohen said he made about $1 million from the two podcasts, and that's a combination of ad revenue and sales for merchandise such as the T-shirt of former President Trump in an orange jumpsuit.